That was the wrong intro, so I'm going to do the right one. Hi everyone and welcome to Amateur Hour, apparently. Now I'll start that again. This is 1/6 figure focus and you're very welcome to episode, I believe it's episode 19 of Visions, where every single episode I sit down with a different collector and discuss the past, the present and the future of their collecting journey. Now, some people in life you meet and you don't know what to make of them. Pardon. And over time you get to know them, then you're like, yeah, this guy's all right. This guy I met once on Dante's stream, and just within a few minutes talking, we're going, this guy's all right. He's more than all right. He's a great guy. He's a gentleman. He's got a great channel. And his name is Costa, or Pop Culture Living Room. How are you, mate? How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going? Thank you for having me on. I'm like really excited. And being number 19, it's the number that's part of my favorite book series, The Dark Tower. It's a very significant number, and I'm loving it.
I've never read them. So 19 is significant for some reason in the Dark Tower.
After the stream, you just get the Gunslinger. You're not going to regret it. It's such a good set of books. Yeah.
And is it a sci-fi or a western or?
It's a combination. It's
a
just like western. A bunch of mixed. Yeah, there's a bunch of mixed genres in it. But it's so good. I've actually gone through them 3 times, and I'm on my 4th. Yeah.
So is it like a trilogy or?
It's 7 books.
So it's a saga more than anything.
Yeah. So Stephen King started writing these as like short essays back in the late 70s, and then he compiled those essays into the first book, and then he wrote the other ones over the between the late 70s to around 2005, 2004, 2005, and completed it then. It was so popular that in the 90s when it was like, I guess maybe 10 years maybe between books, people on like death row were asking for the ending and
oh my god.
Yeah, and people that were like in their 70s and 80s were, can you please tell me how this is gonna end? And
man, that is a dark thought, but like it must have been an awesome book if the people are really, really wanting to know the ending for them. Man, it's great to have you here. Thanks very much for making the time. I just have to address the obvious behind me. First of all, yeah, I hit 1,000 subscribers yesterday. Obviously delighted. I did not go out and buy these balloons for myself. I walked into the sitting room yesterday and I have it up. I think I have a photo. No, I'll get to that. I walked into the sitting room, I opened the door, and there were these 4 balloons, so 1000. So my girlfriend actually got out when she realized I hit 1,000 subs, because I told her several times that day. She got out and she bought these balloons, and I just thought it was really funny and really supportive. So thank you very much. She's probably not watching, but anyway. I did actually put the video into. I kind of embedded it into one of the videos. It was the Vader pre-order preview video that I just put up today. So it's an individual video, so it's there, and I have the video there if anyone wants to check it out. Just going to address the chat before we get started. So we have Figurassic Park. Hello there again. I can't actually call this guy's name out without saying please check his photography out on Instagram. Fantastic stuff. Martin G. Hi, Martin G. How are you? Thanks for the info on the Robocop there on the comment on my video. Do appreciate it. Hey, Figure Talk time. Excellent. It's just me saying everyone's ready. Kinky Sphincter. Somebody's username is just my mind. Let's go. Toby, $500. Yeah, it's pricey. The road to 2K. I'm happy enough with 1K right now, but we are going to continue to grow the channel, hopefully. Pop Culture Living Room, Costa, warming up the crowd. Another very supportive member of team. Yeah, we're going to say team. It could be community. It's team. The Empire Strikes Again. Hey all, how are you? The right intro. I didn't see any Vader. It's funny. Watched Costa with Dante. Top guy. That's Keith. He's from Ireland. He knows things, right? He good judge of character.
Thanks, Keith.
too bad the movie was meh. Is that the Dark Tower? I didn't.
Yeah, I think he's talking about the. Yeah, it was a shit show. Yeah,
Right.
I liked Idris Elba. Yeah, they really messed it up. But
Was Matthew McConaughey in that?
yes, he played
And
the villain or the antagonist. Yeah.
Right. I remember the ads for it and I remember the bad reviews. I didn't realize it was based on a good series of books, though. Loving the balloons, Shane. Yeah, so my that was one thing. There was one clause. She said you have to make a video with them. So they've been in every video I've made today in the background and every live stream. I made about 5 videos today, so they'll be coming out one at a time. Costa is one of the best setups in the community. Yes, and he's going to talk about how he can make a Moducase-esque type thing for considerably cheaper. And also, you don't have to be a carpenter. Would that be correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mugwum says Calispera all. I'm definitely not pronouncing that right. I do apologize. I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
Good evening.
Oh, and what language is it in?
Greek.
Oh, I have to out myself here now. The other day I asked for flags in the chat, which is always hilarious because my flags are terrible. And I saw the Greek flag. In my defense, it was tiny and small. And I was like, I can't make out. Is that Norway? And then Keith in the chat gave me abuse on Instagram later on. And rightly so. Yes. So, yeah, I'm just owning it. I will never, ever forget the Greek flag. It's you know what? I've done a lot of traveling, but I've never been to Greece. And sometimes you've never been to Greece? No, never been to Greece.
You're
never
so
even
close.
been to the islands. I know. I've never. It is on my list. That list that takes a split second to be inspired and like loads of time and money and planning to actually get there. But it's on the list. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then I will never, ever, ever, ever forget their flag again. Thank you, Figurasic. Love the Star Wars art to Costa's right.
Yeah,
Costa's right. Yeah, I see it now.
It's just a like a little tapestry I had to just put up on the wall. Give it some.
Is it like it's prequels? Is it? I think I can see Padme and Obi-Wan.
It's actually it starts over this side with the original trilogy, and it goes this way to the prequel.
Deadly.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good stuff. Martin G, thank you very much. Definitely my favorite channel. You haven't been watching enough channels, man, but I do appreciate the compliment. Congrats on 1K. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Maverick Collector, how are you? Joey, if you haven't subscribed to Collector Joey, it's very easy to listen to. Really chilled out, good content. So maybe check him out. Ben Thomas, another one. Ben Thomas, I've never met a Canadian I didn't like, and he's fairly high up my list of people I like who are Canadian. And I know their flag because the Canadians, when you meet people interrailing and backpacking, they always sew the little Canadian flag into their backpacks. It's hilarious. So Costa's advice on case building is second to none. My display case that I've built based on his videos. High praise, man. High praise.
Yeah, I know Kyle.
Oh, right. Good stuff. Hey, Costa and Shane, congrats again on 1K. Thank you very much. So apparently this is the Greek flag because Keith is giving me abuse here. And now I'm afraid to say anything about flags here because like these flags are so small. It looks like the American flag, but I don't think it's the American flag because there's details missing because it's not stripy. Am I losing my mind here, or
I don't even hold on. It's not showing up. Let me see. No, all I see for Keith is it just says GR. Like I don't see flags.
Oh yeah, I see the flags here.
Okay.
I'm just really,
okay.
I've been burned now because I can see the flags on the screen now as well. So Maverick Collector says favorite Greek food. That one's on you.
My favorite Greek food? Oh man, God, I'm gonna. It's hard because my grandmother and my mother make so many great dishes that they're not like what you would consider traditional, but they're Greek. But if I was to pick one, I would go with a souvlaki sandwich in Athens. It was the first time I had one there is the first time I experienced it with the French fries in like '93. And it blew my mind then, and since then I have to have it with the French fries in it, and now places here are making it with the French fries. So we come full circle.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff. And Maverick Collector says, for me, it's you have to pronounce that because I won't be able.
Celtico.
Celtico. Mugwum says, is it sheftali? My favorite food. Say again?
Yeah. Or
And
some of it.
souvlaki?
Souvlaki. Yeah.
This is going right over my head now, but
Souvlaki just means shish kebab. So it's like my dad makes like the best pork souvlaki that like.
Right.
He's just a great, and he makes his own tzatziki sauce. And
I do know tzatziki sauce.
Yeah, so good, so good.
Cool. So before we start into the past, the present, and the future, basically, you know the drill. Every time you hear this particular sound, I'm going to ask you a question. So I'm going to ask you a question now, like straight into the deep end. We're going to play what I like to call the yes/no game show. There's no pressure. So I'm going to show you 5 images. You can definitely, you know what these are. And just basic, you don't even have to give a major rundown. Just kind of go, you're going to be picking these up or not? So we're warming you up nice and easy. Are you going to be picking this up?
Of course. And 2.
Yeah. Oh, 2. Wow. So you're going clean and battle damage.
Oh, yeah. I wish they would have just done 2 separate ones to get more battle damage on the battle damage. But, what are you going to do? But yeah, 2.
I thought what they did was good because I remember the 3 strikes were the head, the chest, and they even included that tear on the back.
Yeah.
But Mario was saying similar. He made some good points. Toby.
Yes. Not sure about the base yet or not.
Yeah, I'm not getting the base for any of the 3 for integrated Toby or.
This is one where I wish they would have done the base separate, gave you a choice, because Anyway.
Well, they have the deluxe version with the base and then the regular.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking like maybe down the road. Maybe, I don't know. My display's missing something.
I know what you mean.
But like now you can't do that unless somebody wants to sell it separately.
Yeah.
And
so you can do it with the lizard because it's separate, but you can't do. Yeah, I get you. Some sort of strange license, and then seeing as this is branded No Way Home with the Sandman, and then Andrew is branded Amazing Spider-Man 2, but then the lizard, which is sold separately, is branded No Way Home. So it must be some sort of strange licensing thing. What about the Mighty Thor?
This is a no, and it's just a no because it's a no.
Yep, fair enough. You don't even have to explain it because I'm right there with you. I'm on yes, and a no as well. The Mark III.
Yes. The only issue with me with this one is, do I try for the exclusive? I don't want to like pre-order it now, but then the helmet, will I use the helmet? The damage helmet? I don't know. But I don't have an Iron Man in my collection, and having the suit from the first movie along with the Mark 1 that I have pre-ordered, I think yes. So
yeah. I'm not going to comment on this one because I've made a video on it which I'm going to be putting up later on. But I will say that a lot of those time sensitive special edition stuff that they do for Sideshow to get you to buy it within a certain time frame, a lot of the time when that time frame is finished, you can still get them from other retailers.
Yeah.
Second of all, a lot of the time it's a little crappy blue hologram thing, which is like, I'm not going to lose sleep over. But this one here, I see a lot of people saying, man, the head sculpt's really good, but I probably won't display it with the head sculpt. You could like literally put this guy on top of the base, the Ironmonger, which is destructed, with the head sculpt showing, and the crushed accessory. I'm pretty sure the Ironmonger takes the helmet off him and crushes it towards the end of the film. So you could have him on top of the Iron Man, show the head sculpt, and then have that crushed special edition part on the ground. It would make perfect sense. So that's one of the special editions I'd be kind of going, maybe I will.
I'm tossing it around. Like the Vader, I don't care about the hologram. Who gives a shit about the hologram?
Yeah, I don't even care about the actual Inquisitor figure because he didn't do anything. So I definitely don't care about the little hologram, like, you know.
But for Obi-Wan, I am going to order it. I gotta, like, guess a couple more days because you get the box with a couple of the lightsaber hilts. I think that's a little bit more, you know, there's a little bit more meaning to that, you know?
I like
just
that
throwing in a hologram, like last year with the Boba Fett throne. Why do I need a hologram of the Slave One? Like,
yeah. Man, you're absolutely right. I think we're in very much agreements. I actually thought that little box with the lightsaber and the material, it was a nice touch. I'd take that over a hologram any day of the week.
Oh yeah.
So is there one more? There is, yes. This came out of left field.
Oh, I woke up at 6 a.m. I was up at midnight. I was 12:30. I was still I was scrolling through just right before I slept. Nothing. Then I wake up and it's just like whoosh, in my face. You have all of these figures, and I'm working on a video, and I can't freaking make other videos because then I would take time out of this video, and I'm like dying to talk about this stuff. And this one, so I saw RoboCop 3, and I was like, RoboCop 3. But then when you look at it, it could pass for a RoboCop, 1 figure. And I did some research on my own because everybody was talking about the paint colors on the first one is this and the paint colors is that. And I found a place, and I don't know how accurate they are. They call themselves the RoboCop Archive, robocoparchive.com. And there's a whole section on all of the suits that they made. They had 7 of them for the first movie. Wow. And what they said was the paint was like an iridescent paint, so it would shine metallic, and sometimes they would oil up the suits. It's really weird. So they could get the reflection off of the suit. And they said that the first suit and the third suit were painted the same color. So I'm gonna take that and just like put it here, and I'm going to get this because my godfather, I was 12 years old. This guy, no kids, but I visited him in New York for a week. He just had me for a whole week, a 12-year-old. Never had a kid around before. Takes me to go see RoboCop, the first one.
That was parenting in the 80s.
Oh, it was so great. I was so happy that he took me because that movie was just for a 12-year-old was just like, so good.
There's a few movies I remember watching as a kid, and even I was like, this is not okay. You know what I mean? As in I was watching, kind of going, I shouldn't be watching this. Like if they knew how that scene where he's on his own and he's outnumbered against all the gangsters and Clarence and the Hand, I still remember that kind of feeling of people don't do this. This doesn't happen in real life. And the reality is the messed up stuff that happens in real life is probably way worse than that. That actually scared me. But it's it was so good. And to talk about parenting in the 80s, my same godfather, like a couple of years later, 14, he buys me a boombox, and one of the tapes that he buys me is Eddie Murphy Comedian. Oh, right. So his live show, yeah?
Yes, it's the first one. It's what Delirious is based off. Yeah. And I'm like, thank you so much. And
there was some,
that was the 80s, man. That was it.
I need to go back and rewatch Delirious. I think I saw it years ago when I think I had some sort of a copy of something. But I remember being fairly full on. Like, just gonna address some of these comments. So this is Peter, Triple G Comics. Robo wound me up. Just bought the original. Loco Lou, what's poppin', people? Hit that like button. Thank you very much, Loco Lou. If you haven't done so already, check out Loco Lou's channel.
Yeah.
And so give him a sub. He is the most positive guy in the game, and he's always bigging us all up. So he deserves a bit of a big up as well himself.
Lou is so great. I need to start doing my own live streams at some point, because I would love to have a bunch of you guys on. Because I just enjoy watching everybody, talk about these things. But I have an idea for a live stream that's going to be different than just a regular panel. I think I don't want to do like a normal panel. I want to do a fun, just like, because I'm a comedian at heart, so I'm trying to do something different. But I would love to have you guys on. Excellent.
Well, just say the word, man. You're a comedian. I remember you mentioned that before, and did you get like influenced from the tape that your godfather bought for you?
I would say 100%. Definitely Eddie Murphy was one of my influences. Yes, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, God, Robin Williams back in the
Bill
80s.
Hicks.
They were just, Bill Hicks. Yes.
Bill Hicks, yeah.
George Carlin. Like you can't not talk about comedy without Carlin. It's like he's still relevant, which is crazy, and he's been gone for a while. So
where would you stand on I'm not sure, would you be a fan of any like UK comedians? Would you ever Ricky Gervais or?
Oh, I love Ricky Gervais. Yeah, I have I love some UK comedians. Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, right? That's his partner. Oh God.
It's hard to.
I'm like,
when you're trying to think.
Because my wife and I will watch British TV. We went to the UK our first time. We went to London in 2018 because it was The Cure's 40th anniversary, and
wow,
yeah, we wanted to go see them. And we went to London, and we just fucking fell in love. I'm sorry, can we curse in this time of day? Does it matter?
No, I don't mind. Usually, the only thing is that I'm a school teacher.
Yeah.
So the students will find it eventually. So I need to kind of keep it somewhat PC.
I will tone it down, because I usually bleep my stuff out when I'm doing videos, and live is different. But yeah, we fell in love with the UK, or at least London. We even have a favorite restaurant there that we've gone to a few times.
Cool.
And when we came home, I'll use a VPN, and we'll just go on like all four and just watch some British TV.
Good content over there.
Oh yeah.
I just want to address one comment here. It's a 12-inch moose stream. So clarify, please. I have to buy both versions of Vader or I'll miss out. Holograms don't mean anything to me. No, basically, they have there's 4 versions. It's mental. There's the deluxe with the base and the swap out clean parts, and then there's the deluxe special edition, and basically have this timer where on Sideshow, if you order within the next 17 days, they'll give you this little hologram thing. So no, you won't be missing out on holograms. Don't mean anything to me. Then there's the regular versions, and there's the regular special edition, which comes with the hologram, or just the regular edition, which doesn't. But the difference between the regular and the deluxe is that the base, the swap out helmet, the chest thing. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so, it makes no sense. It's a DX. Just do one SKU, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So we're going to get started into. I need to get my banners up. Right, we got a banner going. So I'm going to just take this down. So we're going to get into, first of all, the past. So what we want to know, I'm sure, what I want to know, and I'm sure the people in the chat want to know as well, is how did you get started? So talk us, go back to right from the very, very start. We want to know, what was the first ever hot toy you bought? Where did you buy it? How much did you pay for it? How did you feel about the price? Do you think it was going to be a one and done, or did you think, no, this is the start of something bigger? Do you still have it? Just tell us everything. Tell us your first 1, 2, 3. Talk us through the story. Where did it all begin?
So I was originally I collected Star Wars, Hasbro. I collected Spawn, Transformers, and I think it was 2008 or 9. I found Sideshow Collectibles, and I was like, "Oh, what am I collecting this crap for?" When there's this is what I've been wanting to collect. I want it to look exactly like the character.
I remember that feeling. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you see the price, and at the point in my life I was at, I was like, you know what? Not now, but I will. Down the road, it's gonna happen, and I'm going to get one of these figures. And I didn't actually buy my first 1/6 scale figure. My wife, in 2015 for Christmas, she bought me, I don't know if you can see it, that Vader. He's the one that's sitting on the couch. And it's a sideshow Vader. Okay. And to me, back then, I
love how you got Vader sitting on a couch.
Oh yeah, that's
it's funny.
Like that couch is. I have so many ideas for different things to post figures with that couch, but she got me that figure. It really touched me. She knew I was a toy collector, but I hadn't collected anything in like, say, 10 years, because Hasbro got me so disenchanted. I had almost, from 95, when they restarted the Star Wars collection, I had everything. And then later,
special editions.
Oh yeah, everything. The dioramas, they had the Minoc hunt, they had whatever, and the vehicles and everything. And they started putting action figures with board games. And I'm like, I don't want to buy another Monopoly, Star Wars Monopoly, just to get this figure that I can't get anywhere else. And what the hell what am I doing? It just put a bad taste in my mouth, because they're trying to get you to buy stuff. So I slowed down. I actually sold that collection. At the time, I made a good amount of money on it, because it was they had the big burly chests, and a lot of people, didn't like that style. Anyway, she knew I was a, collector. I still had boxes in the basement full of toys, and she bought me this, and it really touched me, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I loved it. I posed it. I didn't know the difference between Sideshow and Hot Toys at the time. And to be honest, I think it's a really good figure. I've had no problems with that Sideshow Vader. I've done all kinds of, poses with it. No problems. Then a couple of years later, the Dark Side Anakin was, I saw it on the site, and I did a marathon viewing of, we did in 2015, AMC did the marathon of Star Wars when Force Awakens came out. My wife and I, she's a big Star Wars fan. We went 9 o'clock at night. We were in the theater 24 plus hours.
My God.
This is the first time I watched all of those from 1 to 7. Like the first time I watched them all in order. And I did not like the prequels.
Yeah.
Until that night, and it might have been my delirium from not having a lot of sleep or whatever, but I fell in love with them, and Anakin's arc, and how it started and how it ended and how broken he was. That Dark Side Anakin was like calling to me, And I saw the price. I was like, all right, you're in a relationship. You have to be open with your spouse. Talk to her. She's like, yeah, go ahead. Let's do this. And we were making what we called a pop culture living room at the time. We have statues and stuff in the living room. She likes Hayao Miyazaki.
This is where the name
comes from. That's where the name comes from.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have Hayao Miyazaki pictures and statues down there. We have Muppet stuff. Like, it's all pop culture stuff in our living room. I have the Statler and Waldorf from the Muppet Show, the guys in the balcony, up on a shelf looking down at us while we watch TV, making fun of us. It's like they're...
So if you ever say something silly, you look up and go, oh, Jesus Christ. Judgment.
Those guys.
That's brilliant. Yeah.
So I got it, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I love this. And then I saw Stan Lee in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and we wanted a Stan Lee for our living room because we're a big, huge Marvel family. I mean, we love DC too, but we're more Marvel at the moment. And I got the Stan Lee and the Guardians, and we put him on top of a shelf. He looks down on us like as the Watcher, and then it just snowballed from there. Did I think it would keep on going? Yes, because I know me. I know when I was doing
yourself.
The Star Wars and the Transformers and the Spawn, and going to Walmart at 2 a.m. when the shipments come in, opening the boxes without the store people seeing me, and like grabbing the figures that I want, like the limited ones that are only like 1-2 a box, and doing crazy stuff like that. And you didn't have YouTube back then either, so like you were just doing it to do it. And there's all these channels. Yeah, there's all these channels like, oh, I'm on a toy hunt, and I'm like, I used to do that 2 a.m. So yeah, so that's where it all started. Really, I saw it. My wife knew that I liked it, and she started me on this path and of the 1/6 scale. And it's kind of hard to go back to Hasbro. I did get a George Lucas and Stormtrooper outfit, but it looks nothing like George Lucas. Anyway, but yeah, that's the past.
I think a lot of people would relate to that kind of, collecting 3 3/4 inch or something. Then you see a post of Hot Toys, or you see some screenshots or something pops up in your feed, and you're like, what the hell? It's like, this is the stuff that I always wanted and needed but never knew until now, and then it's just like, this is the good stuff, this is the strong stuff, but like all the other stuff is still cool as well. Like I know people, I've seen Mario used to have a beautiful display. He took a wall and he just measured out like a bunch of just like hooks, and he put the 3 3/4 inch card. That looks so tasteful, really cool.
Oh, in college, like I had them all in my just nice, neat on the wall covered. People would come in, they'd be like, what is this?
Yeah.
I go, oh, I collect toys. I loved it. I love it. And like they didn't
That's
understand.
Really cool.
Yeah. And nowadays you have this outlet, and you have all these awesome, cool people to talk to about it. Like my wife likes to hear about this stuff, but not all the time.
There's a limit.
Yeah, there is a limit of how much I can talk.
You can always say like, well, you started me on this 6 scale journey, honey. You know what I mean? So she bought you the first one, the Sideshow Vader, and then you got yourself the Anakin yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still have that Anakin?
Yeah, he's right there at the top. I don't know if you can see, above that glare. Is
it on the left
right above
of
Vader? He's like right.
Yeah, I got you now. Got you.
Yeah, and the Emperor's behind him, and that's like my Star Wars shelf for right now. I have some ideas that yeah.
Looking forward to definitely looking forward to seeing how it goes. I'm gonna address this chat because otherwise I just find it just gets out of hand, and then I've got to go back and I miss things and stuff. Riley or T-Ria wants to know, did Riley get the deluxe Toby? I'm sure that's a cert. Thanks all. My wallet is hurting. Let all give Pop Culture Living Room a subscribe and hit that bell notifications for his latest content, and the same for Figure Focus. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate it. And do the same for Lou.
Yeah, do the same for Lou, man. He's got some good tutorials on there and unboxings. So,
and his posing and some of his photography and scenes, it was just like, how? The Clone Collector. So this is Aaron. I was chatting to Aaron today on Instagram. Riley reviews. I feel you, bro. It's $1,000. Yeah, it literally is like 500. Shane, these streams are dope, man. The one-on-one really delve deeper into the person, easier to get to know said person. Very cool. Appreciate that, Julie. Really appreciate that. Collector Joey is laughing. Shane, bottoms up. Hey, it's a Friday. A Glibi themed room. It's
studio. Yeah, it's Hayao Miyazaki's studio. They made Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, all of
Right.
the Japanese anime. Yes, and some of the pieces are really nice. I hope that there are other statue makers that will take on some of their licenses, because they're underrepresented in the statue world, the Studio Ghibli.
So those names that I'm not familiar with, they're like Japanese anime, is it?
Yeah. So they're Japanese anime, and they're beautiful, and they're thought-provoking, and I don't know what else to say about them. They're just amazing. And I wasn't into anime, and my wife is totally an anime nerd. Crunchyroll, she's watching that every day, and she got me into Miyazaki, and I absolutely love it. He's amazing, and he's working on one more film. Hopefully it'll be out within the next couple years. But
good stuff.
Yeah.
Right, so we're going to move on to the present in a minute. Just in case you're just joining us, so we're here with Costa from Pop Culture Living Room, and I'm just going to change. His banner is down there now. If you want to check out his channel, if you haven't done so already, just follow him on Pop Culture Living Room on YouTube, or at Pop Culture Living Room on Instagram. And if you've actually seen his channel already and you've watched a few of his videos and you have subscribed, don't be a freeloader. Click the subscribe button. Thank you. Right. So it's free. And I actually never used to subscribe to anyone, as in like this is like years ago. Yeah. And then I made a YouTube account or whatever, and I realized how easy it is to just like organize your interest, because they all get added there. You have the little dot next to the people with new content. You can get the bell notification if you really like things. I just this was years ago, but like now I was like I just no, I like how organized it is. But okay, so the next question, I just want 1 second, I'll get my list. I have a list. Right, so that one I'm going to save to the last. Now, what I want to know is, what's the number one? Do you have any figures on pre-order?
I've whittled it down, but I do have a few figures on pre-order.
Okay, out of all your figures on pre-order, what's the number one that you're really looking forward to coming in? If you had to pick one.
It's not a figure, it's a vehicle, and
That's okay.
The Afterlife Ecto 1.
Oh wow, you've gone top shelf there. Isn't that thing like the price of or the size of a minivan?
When you space it out over time,
yeah,
it falls in. I have a budget for the channel, so I have to stay within that budget, and this falls within that budget, and I'm actually. I wasn't even paid off.
I think I said like price by accident. I was more concerned about like the space.
Oh, the size.
Like, I'm all about payment plans. I rather just chip away. Like, where do you already know where you're gonna put it?
Yeah, it's gonna be in this. That's why I got this.
It would actually fit into that.
For it. So, it'll totally fit into this. Like my plan right now is I'm gonna get another one I'm gonna try to make a 36 by 24 one and slide this over and slide the other one in there. Yeah. Then at the bottom I'll have the Ecto 1 down here, and the middle I might put the DeLorean. I got that on pre-order.
You're gonna have a nice 80s style display, man.
Oh yeah. And then one day I'm gonna either hope and pray that Blitzway or some other company makes the original Ghostbusters again, because I mean it's been 6 years since those were released, and Hasbro owns the license, so they can give it to any 1/6 scale company that if they want them to make it. Blitzway has it right now, but either that or I'll try to slide some things around to see if I can get a deal on the original ones, which is possible. It is possible. I found deals on grails that were hard to find. You just gotta be patient, and
I
there
think,
are people.
Brother Cousins nailed a pretty good deal on that Ecto 1, I believe, and the 4, or maybe it was the 4
It was
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I saw that stream, so that gave me hope.
Yeah,
And
I really
then-
like that.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's
you
a
just gotta be
stream. Was that the
patient.
stream with Will, where he talked about the influence of his brother? Jay was talking about his if he got a good report card, his older brother used to get him like a figure when he was a kid. Like, I think that was the stream.
I didn't see that stream. If he probably
Yeah.
talked about it on that stream.
Yeah,
Also,
more than
I
likely.
saw it on the Good Morning Grails. Like I work from home, and I'll just pop on. You know, if there's a live stream on, sometimes I'll just pop it on, and if I can chat with somebody, I'll in the chat, I'll post a chat. Sometimes I feel weird about being in the chat, but
You find
I'm trying to work. Yeah.
You feel weird about being in the chat.
Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, hey, and I'm like, did I say something stupid? I have
All right, yeah.
I have anxieties, and
Yeah.
that's where the building stuff has come in for me. So yeah, I forgot what the question was. Oh no, you already asked it. The Ecto one.
Yeah, we were just chatting about
definitely the
it.
Ecto one.
Yeah.
I think that might be the biggest piece I'll get, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll see. I'm debating on the snow speeder at Jazz Inks, because I had one when I was a kid. The
That's where it
Hasbro
always comes
one.
down to. Isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, and I got the snow speeder Luke, and if I make that corner display thing, it could pop up at the top and just come over a little bit of the edge.
Yeah, that would look good.
So I don't know. I'm debating on that one, but it's tempting. It's very tempting to get that snow speeder.
Yeah, there's certain things that all collectors will relate to, and some things are
Mhm.
just very tempting. That snowspeeder Luke is fantastic. So
Oh, so good.
the present. So you've established that so way back when you were a collector and you were collecting the 3 3/4 inch from like say 95 on, and then you were like, okay, you're not gonna be able to get everything, and then you saw Hot Toys. Your wife got you the sideshow Darth Vader for your first ever 1/6 scale, but then your first ever Hot Toys was the Dark Side Anakin.
Mhm.
So you've obviously come a long way from then, because you've got some, I can see like a bunch of figures behind you, and like, you obviously have a 1/6 channel as well. So like, do you know like what you're up to? Like, where are you now? Like, if you talk us through like how, like, I know we can see some of your display, but if you could like outline us, how are you displaying things at the moment? And if you can like, do you know a rough idea how many 1/6 scales you have? Is there any statues there? Is there any quarter scale vehicles? Go for it.
Man. So right now the display is kind of willy-nilly. The only organization I have is Star Wars up at the top and Batman the Animated Series all the way at the bottom. The reason for that is I need to get a bunch of risers. Like, I want to make sure I have all the stuff so that I can then just go in there and just like tweak everything. And I'm one of those people that needs, I won't, it's bad sometimes. I won't do something unless I have everything already, everything that I supposedly need. I could go in there and I could, pose them up. I mean, well, the Star Wars are they're in pretty good shape. It's just having like I have my Transformers over here, Marvel is there, I got Skeletor in the back over there.
That's a throwback.
Yeah, this shelf is crazy. I have David Tennant's 10th Doctor over here. I have, those boxes are empty, but I'm too lazy at the moment to take them downstairs and put them in the basement. Then I have a whole bunch of boxes right there that I planned on doing unboxings and reviews on. And then I got caught up in this new display case video. And that it's been over a month since I put a video out because of me building this new style-ish display case. So
it takes time. I don't think people who aren't content creators or like, don't put content on YouTube. I know like the vast majority of them understand that it takes time, and you know you do it because you love it, but I'm not sure people realize how much time goes into like a 10-minute video. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, totally. And I'm different in the sense that I don't know if I write a script. So like I'll write a full script because I like it's from my like training in sketch comedy. Like I need to have all the beats put out. I need to
has to be planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do some improv when I'm in the moments of filming, and some of that makes it in, some of that doesn't. But you know, writing the script takes a while because I want it to be entertaining and funny and have the information that everybody wants and needs, but do it in a way that you're like, oh shit, did I just watch a video on a toy? This just flew by, you know. That was fun. So writing the script and then you know, getting all the B-roll that you need. That's like I do that on the side. So doing the articulation is filmed separately, and doing the shots when you see the talking head shot when I'm talking to the camera, I can do that separately, and then I use that as a template, and then I'll put my B-roll on top of that, and I use a teleprompter. If anybody notices, if anybody's watched my first display case video, they'll notice that I don't blink. I guess is one of the things that I've gotten comments on. They're like, hey man, do you blink? And I'm like, do you know
what's funny? I got a comment before, like saying how much I blink. I blink way too much. That's hilarious.
Yeah, they want a good average of blinking. They want a nice middle.
There's a rhythm. It's like a breathing rate, a blink rate.
Yeah, there's that comforting medium of blink. But then
I work on my blinking. Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, I should get a teleprompter. So I got a teleprompter, and that's worked out pretty well. I'm able to like move and around, because before, when I was that first video, I would look at my script, I'd try to memorize everything I could, and then I would say it, and then I would look at the script, and then I'd say it, and it was very robotic, very not me.
Yeah, I get you.
So I have this massive pile. I have the Godfather, which I cannot wait to display. Like, I have all these figures that I'm dying to display, and I want to do videos on them because I'd like to produce content on them. And I don't think it matters if these figures were released like 6 months ago or 2 days ago. It's about
it doesn't, because people will still, like, if I'm looking to get a figure that came out 6 months ago, I'll watch all the content.
Yeah,
you know, I'll watch the big names, you know the Justins and the Jedis, and I'll watch all the content because I want to see it from every different angle. I want to see everything, so I can make a decision. So you're right, it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
And sometimes you have your favorites. You have like somebody like you like to go to, and watch them, and if I make a video and I have people that like watching my videos, then they'll come back, whether it's something from like 6 months ago or if it's maybe I have a different perspective. Like, everybody has their different views on all this stuff, so that's why I don't feel like the space, it seems crowded, but I don't think it is crowded. I think
people
that
have
there's
different things.
Yes, something for everybody. And I mean, I'm branching out into like a little bit of DIY stuff. That was by accident, but I'm starting to really enjoy it, because a lot of the reasons why I build stuff or I work on projects and do the YouTube is because I have anxiety and depression, and that really gets me out of it. Like, my mind gets to be focused on something, and I and like the figures are part of it, and this new building is part of it. So it kind of fits everything that I am into my channel, which is great. So how many figures do I have? To be honest, I have no idea. There are a few in the closet back there
Ballpark. He's actually counting.
I know, it's like 50?
Yeah, 50 is a big collection, man. I definitely consider that a big collection. You've moved out of the small collection, definitely. You're into like the medium big.
Yeah, and here's the trap that you get into, especially when you're like, oh, I'm gonna do a YouTube channel. Yeah, I gotta get everything.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna want to see everything. No,
you don't.
No. It takes you a little bit of time to be like, no. Because what I was doing before was collecting what I liked and I felt, what I thought,
and that shouldn't change just because you have a channel. That shouldn't change just because you have a channel,
So there was a little bit of time where like, why am I getting this? It might, like, nobody's gonna care. They can see other reviews. Why am I, like, doesn't matter, and I won't be able to get something else that I like. So there is some stuff in there that I would say I would sell, but I've had so many times of like seller's regret from my past that I try not to sell stuff. And I do have a bunch of things in there that are gifts from my wife, from my parents. They know that I'm into the stuff. So yeah, it's the slippery slope. But guys out there,
slippery slope.
collect what you love. Collect your passion. Collect. I know some people say collect it, just collect, but like there's space. There's like, is this figure gonna bring me that little bit of joy when I see it? Because like almost all this stuff right here, it makes me happy every time I see it, or I take it out, or I do something with it. I just love it.
You get the dopamine hit. You know the way. Yeah. Interesting. Just there, like I hear some people saying, like, what happens if you have to sell a figure and you take a loss? Let's just say hypothetically, like this is this is something I've been thinking about for a while. Let's just say hypothetically that you buy a die-cast Iron Man or whatever, and it costs you $400, and you keep it for like, say, I don't know, 2-3 years, and then you end up selling it because, like, I know, a reissue happens or whatever reason, maybe you fall out of love with it, and you sell it not for $400 that you paid for it, you sell it for $300, and people go, oh no, I took a loss because you paid $400, you only get $300 back, so you took a $100 loss. I disagree. I think the $100 is what you paid to enjoy that figure for that 2 years. And if you divide, that's 365 days by 2, you divide that into your $100, it costs you literally fractions of cents for every day you had it on the shelf, and the dopamine you got out of that. That's what I see. I don't think it's a loss.
I love that view. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that.
Copyright. I'm joking.
Yeah. Trademark it now.
You might have financial loss. What's more important? Like, I just think it's
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't collect for the money, and I don't think you really should be collecting for the money, because it's not. I mean, there's only a few figures out there that will double and triple, your what you paid for it, and if you do it from eBay, it's 12.5% plus 30 cents. I mean, you could still get, a big chunk of that taken off. It's hard for me to sell anything, even though, like, it's in a box, and I don't have a spot for it or something. You're totally right. You shouldn't look at it as a loss. You should look at it as like you had that enjoyment, and that was your enjoyment pay or enjoyment.
That's
your enjoyment
the price you pay to enjoy it. Nothing comes for free.
That is a great way to look at it. I mean,
that's the way that's the way I look at it anyway. I think there's a lot easier ways to make money, but at the same time, like, I'm not frivolous with money because, like, you know,
Mhm.
I'm not a millionaire. You know, I have a limited budget, same as the vast majority of people in this game, and I've limited space, so I'm not frivolous with money. I don't throw money away. I like to
Yeah.
get the best deal because I know if I save $50 on one figure, $100 on another, or something like that, that's a whole new figure. Like, you know what I mean? If I don't need the day one batch, like, you know what I mean? And again, like, there probably would eventually come a time where I'm so excited about a particular piece that I'm go, you know what, I'm going to treat myself here and get the day one batch. But you know, but so
Well,
I think it's time for. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna, mention that. Damn it, I forgot my thought. I was
I did that the whole time as
I
well.
was just gonna say I've only sold one 6-scale figure, and that was because my wife bought me Gamora for Christmas, but I already had it, and I didn't have a list of figures that I had already on our little board.
The wish list.
So yeah, the wish list, and so that's the only one I've ever sold. Oh, the other thing I wanted to say is, even if with a reissue and a newer, you know, if a 2.0 is coming out, sometimes I have that connection on how I got the figure, because I know a lot of it now is, you know, you're online, you buy it, but sometimes someone will go out of their way and get you a gift, and they know that you like this stuff. So there's a lot of even if there's a 2.0, sometimes for me, I won't even consider selling the other figure because of that, you know, specialness.
The gifted figures do hold a special
yeah.
place. Yeah. No,
So
that's 100%. So I think it's definitely time. What figure has Hot Toys made in the past that you don't have, but you do want, but you don't think they're going to reissue? So they've made it in the past, you don't have it, you want it, but you don't think it's going to be reissued. Everyone has one or two or 9.
Yeah, this would have been easy a couple weeks ago, because I would have said Tarkin, but I recently acquired a Tarkin for a very patient person price. Who would it be now? You know what? I'm gonna say this, even though in my heart I don't believe that they won't make it, but I'm gonna say that Han Solo. Like, I'm worried that Harrison Ford is not letting them, signing up for. Yeah. Well, I saw an interview with him, and he mentioned that, like, when you signed a contract with Lucasfilm, you just signed everything away, and that was back in the day. So I don't know.
I hope that's true. I hope it's still true.
Well, Hasbro seems to be able to pump out every type of figure that they want. But I know nowadays with likenesses, like, part of me thinks that there might be a chance for a Bespin Han Solo coming out within the next year. I mean, announced, not coming out. Announced within the next year or so.
I hope so.
But there's that nagging part of me that's like, why? They should have done it already. What's taking them so long? I know, all right, Jedi's coming out next 40th anniversary. Can we do something with that? We missed the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back. Yeah.
Give us the Han Solo with the trench coat and Endor or something. But you know what? You're trying to work out the inner workings of a company that released Pennywise on Christmas or at Christmas time. So it's like Halloween, no? You know, so
all right, yeah.
So we're moving into the future then. So you've addressed the past and you told us where it started. You've given us kind of like a synopsis of, you know, what you have at the moment, how you're choosing to display. By the way, I actually really like the color that you've painted that room. It's kind of like a grayish color with the white frames. It looks really well. Like, sorry, just gone off on an interior design tangent then, but I think it's really tasteful. I really like it.
It was on purpose. I did some research on like camera stuff and went to Benjamin Moore and got. Do you guys have a Benjamin Moore in Ireland? No.
No.
Anyway,
never heard of it. Maybe you do, but I haven't heard of it.
So yeah, it was on purpose, and I do love it too. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks nice. No, it's like if Liel was here, he'd be saying you just like that because it looks clean. Yeah, it does look clean. Yeah, that's the thing. He calls me Mr. Clean, like, but you know, I love him for it. So we're moving into the future. Then I'm going to ask you a few warm-up questions, and I'm just going to give you the reins, and you can outline your vision, pun intended, for your collection. Where do you see it going? So,
All right.
warm-up questions. Do you see yourself collecting in 5 years' time?
Of course.
10 years' time?
Yes.
In some capacity until the day you die.
Yes, and I am also trying to figure out who is going to get this collection. Will any of my kids want them?
You have plenty of time.
Yeah. So yeah, I do plan on being that weird 80-year-old dude.
Me too.
Collecting figures. Yeah.
Well, I'm halfway there anyway. So, I want you to just like outline like you obviously are working on that video with the kind of like your own custom made versions of the module cases. Like, is the plan to get them and use them yourself, or like just you just talk, outline your ideal vision for the future collection?
So right now, the tutorial videos, I really started them because as a collector, I want to spend majority of my money on the actual product, but there's all, you know, you also need to display the stuff. I love the look of the Module case, and
same.
I wanted that look, but not spend what three of these would have been 3 DF120s, and then you add the like little different things here. It would have come out to about $1,200. That cost me about $430 total with all the stuff that I used. So my whole thing is I want to empower the collector. Like, a lot of the stuff, I don't normally do DIY stuff. Like, I'll fix stuff around the house. I guess I do look up YouTube videos and try to fix my car and stuff like that. So yeah, and you save a lot of money doing that. So I really wanted to empower collectors. I went online looking for tutorials on how to make a display case, and there were, you know, some out there, and this was like, it was several months, almost a year before I even started making this, and the video I came out like last September, and I spent a very long time researching it, and some of the stuff I liked here, some of the stuff I liked there, but there was like, it didn't, in my head, I had a different vision. Also, it wasn't step by step. It was just a bunch of people saying, hey, I did this, I cut this, I threw this here, I did this here,
without showing you exactly.
Yeah. So I'm a visual person, and I like, and when you're, you know, doing a tutorial, I want the steps, you know, give me those steps. So I wasn't going to make a video of it. I was just gonna build it, and I was just gonna put it in my room. My wife was like, you should make a video of it. She's like, you like building stuff, you love your toys, you have channel, you know, just
makes perfect sense.
I'm sure other people would be interested in learning how to do something like that. And it's not hard. That's the other thing I've learned. Anybody, I'm telling you, it just takes patience. Anybody, I'm trying to make these tutorials as easy as possible. I want everybody and anybody who wants to try to attempt any of the stuff to just go for it. And I will be there on that journey if you need me to. I tell this to everybody that reaches out to me. If you have any questions, you can always, you know, contact me through my Instagram, post a comment on the board. So yeah, I just want it to be easy for people. So when I was done this, and you can see this room is a very small room. So there's not much I can put in here and still have the ability to video stuff and have an area to do the, the articulation stuff and, having posing stuff. You need certain things, and I don't have that room in here. Also, little secret, there's this couch over here. The couch is in here because Pop Culture Living Room, I wanted to have a couch in the living room. Eventually, I'm going to sit and do live streams from there. But it also doubles as a guest room. So when my kids come home from college, I have 2 that are in college right now. Yes, I'm older. And they'll come home and they sleep in this room. So I needed to figure out where I want more figure display cases. And I like the Maji cases. And I was like, could I make a Maji case that you could hang on the wall? Is it possible? I went to Maji Case, I looked at Maji Case's site. I researched their things. They have like a thing where you could attempt to put a DF30, I think. It's one of the smaller cases. You could hang it up, but I saw how they have it set up, and I'm like, you don't want to hang it up. It will fall off the wall. You put a bunch of figures in there, it would be too heavy.
Game over.
So, yeah. So I did a bunch of research. I researched companies who do the aluminum frame pieces. I researched how to hang something heavy on the wall and not have it fall.
Are the walls are they plaster walls like the cat?
Yeah, they're drywall. So,
drywall,
so
we call them plaster.
Plaster, yeah.
Same thing. Yeah,
totally. Yeah, it's totally the same thing. You don't want to have your figures all set up beautifully, looks gorgeous, and then come back in the morning and everything is on the ground. No. So I did all that research, and I let it sit for a while. Like, nobody's gonna care. I'm not even gonna do it. I forgot about it. I forgot that for months, and then it just hit me. Just do it. I woke up one morning and I was like, all right, let me order this, order that, do this, do that. For the people in the UK and EU, I found the company I use for the parts come from the UK. They're inexpensive for me to have them flown over here, so they're going to be super inexpensive for people you on this guys. Side of the world. Yeah, because it's like what's this like? It's like the case I think was 45 pounds to have shipped FedEx, but that still brought the price of my frame to under 140. So, and then to get the rest of the stuff, I have a really good place here in Philadelphia that's a plastics place to get the backings and all that stuff. So I did it. I'm in the middle of doing the video. It's been almost 5 weeks maybe since everything. I have like 5 hours of video that I've been going through. I may have it finished this weekend, which I'm excited about.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
Oh, and just all the editing and finding the pieces to put where you want to go. And part of that video is you'll learn how to make that case, but if you look at the video and how everything is made, you'll be able to make any size display case out of the aluminum that you want.
So you can take the skills that you're going to show and transfer them to different dimensions to fit your own, customize your own space that you have available.
Exactly.
That's really cool, man.
So if you want to do a one that's like a DF120, you can do that. It's the same principles. The hard part is cutting out the parts for the shelves, and you'll learn about all that and how the exact measurements you'll need. It's very easy. Love the metric system. I don't know why we don't have it here.
I don't know why, man.
Easiest, like
tens of hundreds, thousands. so easy.
So
Yeah.
easy. So I did some calculations too for you guys that I'm not going to put in the video, but I'll let you know now. So a DF-120, if you were to buy them from the company and have them shipped to the US, at least on the East Coast, the acrylic, the wood shelf, the fabric to go over the shelf, and the back panels and the top panels. And I don't know if I included the lighting. It probably included the lighting. It was around like between 120 and 150 cheaper than the DF-120 at that time. So I'll recalculate it in the future. I'll probably put it on the site. But 1, you don't have to wait. 2, it's cheaper. 3, it's not that hard. I promise you, it is not that hard. And yeah,
it's the type of thing that once you've done it, like it's like, why didn't I do this before? This is actually easy.
Oh yeah, you'll be able
to. With the video, it's
going
to make it easier.
Yeah, you'll be able to customize it to your room. The really hard part about drilling into the aluminum, there's only 4 pieces that you'll need to drill into, and I found 3D printed files for a jig for the aluminum. It's so easy. You get the jig, you put it on, you just pop culture living room kinky sphincter.
If you look at the banner that's just on the bottom of the channel here, you just go to on YouTube, it's just Pop Culture Living Room, like you said, or on Instagram, it's just at Pop Culture Living Room. It's on the banner. I'm going to leave it up there. So continue on.
So yeah, I'm just so you could pick a spot in your room. You can customize it. The only thing is, the larger you get, you're gonna need more supports. I'm really thinking about doing a live stream to answer questions the week after I release it.
That's a great idea as well.
Yeah. So look out for that. The other cool thing is I'm meeting a lot of people from different types of collecting. So I have a husband and wife that collect Legos, and this guy built a case for his wife's Lego collection. This dude, sneakerhead, built one for his sneaker collection. A lot of statue guys, and I've met a lot of really cool people, and I want to thank all those people that have reached out. I'm enjoying the back and forth, and it genuinely feels good to I know it's a display case or whatever, but I feel like I'm contributing and I'm helping, somebody out with something, and it just
and also the fact that they're coming to you asking you questions, like that makes you feel like relevant as well. That's a nice boost as well. It's a nice feeling when someone asks you a question about something. I get asked questions the whole time, but I often don't have the answers. But it's nice that someone would actually, give you that kind of respect. So that's great that people are coming to you and they're asking you about.
Yeah, this has become before COVID. I would write and perform sketch comedy and improv here in Philadelphia. That was gone. I lost my creative outlet, and YouTube has become this perfect mixture of me being able to talk about one of my favorite topics, try to write scripts and be funny with it, and 3, get myself out of my head. It's when I'm too much into my head, you start getting depressed, and things just don't feel right, and anxiety sets in, and being able to mix in the building and all this other stuff has been it's one of the good things that have come out of COVID.
So the kind of creative process, thanks very much for sharing that as well. A lot of people, they don't talk about it, and there's a stigma that men shouldn't talk about it. But thanks very much for being open and honest and sharing that with us.
Thanks, Clone Collector. I'm sorry. I just wanted to
This
thank
guy's
the
a top
Stone
guy.
Collector. I know. I
Top guy.
see him in the chats.
Yeah,
I see a lot of these guys in the chats, and I wish we
Yeah.
could all hang out and grab a beer or something. And
Yeah,
and just
absolutely.
like
Yeah, we should
listen. I don't know where
hangouts.
you are in Ireland, but my wife, we're going to plan a trip there within the next year or so. So if we're anywhere near you, I will definitely
Listen,
reach out. Yeah.
Ireland's tiny. You could fly into any part of this island and you'll be near me. You know what I mean? Like, there are fields in America bigger than Ireland, the Great Plains. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
But no, it's so basically, like, one of the things you mentioned, like, so you find that the creative outlet, the editing the videos, the you know, the making the different shells and stuff like that helps you kind of deal with the anxiety and depression and stuff like that.
Oh, it totally does. And when I started the channel, I think in July 2020, but I wasn't serious, right? You know, I threw things on. I had some weird ass videos in the beginning because I was like, pop culture living room, anything pop culture. We're gonna do, you know, whatever.
You're trying to figure it out. You're trying to find. It's like a band trying to find their sound. Like,
I didn't niche down. I was like, oh, I'm gonna show my toys. Awesome. I'm gonna make a Muppet. If anybody wants to see me make a Muppet, I have 3 videos on that channel of me making a Muppet, and somehow
I really want to watch it now.
Somehow they became very popular.
Yeah.
And people are like sending me messages. When are you gonna finish the puppet? When are you gonna finish the puppet? But in January, I decided it's time to start. It's time to become serious. I really don't like my job that I'm doing. Like, my job is like soul crushing every day type of feeling to me. So I'm like trying to build the channel up. So I got really serious. I had under, you know, I don't even know how many subscribers. I didn't have that many subscribers. I got serious, and then things started happening, and I haven't had like real serious anxiety in a while. Like, once I started getting serious, everything got channeled in. So what I will say this, I'm going to move. This has been a godsend. Now, what I would like to do with this channel, I want to do the unboxings. I want to do the reviews and the previews, whatever. I'm really liking doing the tutorials. And, you know, a lot of YouTube people would say that's like, you should stick with the one thing. Don't do DIY. You should stick with I still think that they go together. I want to, like, when I do a live stream, I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I don't care. If somebody comes up with it later, the idea came here first. But I'm going to do it as a game show.
Cool.
But like, I have a panel, but it doesn't mean it. Like, the points don't mean anything. You're still getting the information, but in a fun way, you know? Yeah. So I want to do that. Yeah, I want to eventually buy the house next door and just have that for my collection. That's
right.
No, to be serious.
It's like, what about the people that live there?
Yeah. Well, I already told the person that lives there, if he decides to sell, he better come to me first, because we're in row homes, and if somebody buys his house, they're going to tear it down, and I don't want them to ruin my my house next door. But anyway, that's besides the point. One of the things I would like to do is, I know there are people out there that live in areas that don't have the same resources for the acrylic sheets, for the I got this PVC expanded foam sheet, which is what the back panel is, and it's so much nicer than what the original video started with. So I was thinking about doing like kits for Etsy. So I'm working on coming up with a kit. You tell me the sizes where you're going to put your shelves, and I'll send you out a kit with the back panel all set up and the thing, and it's still going to be so much cheaper than buying a Moji case if you can fit that back there. was telling my wife, I think it would be cool if I had if I moved in, like if everything goes great according to plan, have my own studio with a workspace for building the different displays. I'm not sure. I haven't determined whether I would like sell a branded display or not, because like part of what I'm doing right now is I want you guys to you know, watch the videos, do what you're gonna do, and save the money on it. I'm not sure if it would be cheaper, but I think it would be cool to do like a course where I'll do on Zoom. I'll pick a project. Those people that want to sign up, and we'll build something together that goes for your collection. It'd be nice. Yeah. Or
this is a good question.
Yeah, go ahead.
This question here, just Moose Stream. How do I hang my jazzing batwing? That thing's a beast. It's 1/6 scale. What would you do?
Well, Yoast, I know Yoast is coming up with something, but so I had this weird idea because of the N1 Starfighter, and I want it if it comes out, and I'm like, how the hell would I even put that in here? And obviously it'd be hard to, but imagine taking this, because it's over 6 feet high, it's 6 feet high, and taking all the shelves out, just having I guess you'd have they're boltless, so you still need the frame around it, but just figure out a way to do that and hang it up and down in there. But the other thing I was thinking about is why not a coffee table? Why not a coffee table? Not a coffee table. Because
dining room table.
It's almost 4 feet by. It's 180 centimeters by 120 centimeters, so it's massive. So it'd be a dining room table, and I'm like, that would be for someone who has a really nice room. I would still do the tutorial to just like make something like that so that if you want to make something like that, I can show you how to do it, because I'm very interested in doing something like that. Those are the two things that I thought of so far. But the last thing is hanging it upside down from the ceiling.
Yes, upside down so you can see the canopy.
So yeah, I have. So if you want to, and you could use an aluminum frame and have it hang upside down, and then put the frame up around it with acrylic. If you want no dust, and you don't want to go, and you don't want to go up there and dust it and what have you. I've been like the whole aluminum frame thing has brought so many ideas to my brain that eventually once I'm done with this video, I will most likely do a poll and see what somebody would like to see next out of what I have up here. And what I will probably do is, if it's something big that won't fit in my house, I will probably either do a giveaway or sell it at cost, something like that. And if somebody else can fit it in their room, we'll do that. But yeah, the Batwing is that bigger than the N1?
It's I think it's about 6 foot by something. It's huge. I don't know. I can't remember the exact dimensions. I think it's 120. I think it's about 120 centimeters wide. That number is in there. The Batwing. It's quite big.
Yeah, and Mugwump is correct. They're trying to repurpose a TV bracket to hang a flat screen. Because I think that is what Yoast is trying to add as a connection for those, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, gotcha.
But yeah,
cool. Well, we're going to round it out, but I have to ask you one last question because I asked all my guests the same last one. So I'm going to ask you what your 3 fire figures are. Obviously, I'm too old to say fire like the American teenagers say it, but I actually mean, if God forbid, touch wood, this will never happen, that your house is on fire, but you know, your family and pets and everything are safe outside. Everything's, you know, not good, but they're kind of going right. Everyone's safe, but you've time to safely grab 3 1/6 scale figures. Obviously, disclaimer: if this happens, which I hope it doesn't happen to anyone, just get out of the house. It's insured. But entertain me, humor me. What are your 3 fire figures? If the house is on fire, what are the 3 figures you would?
Obviously, that Vader. That's gotta
I knew you were
come.
going to say that. Yeah, I like
that Vader and the Anakin, dark side Anakin. Now we come to an area where it's like a Sophie's choice of figures, but I'm gonna go with DX08, Jack Nicholson Joker.
Great
I have him.
choice.
I forgot he's
Great
down here with
choice.
he's with the Batman the Animated Series. That one was one night I was out with my wife, got drunk, bought it on eBay without remembering, woke up the next morning. Well, I saw the price and I was like, who's this person selling this for this cheap?
Yeah,
Ridiculous. And that's what I remember the next day. And I woke up and I'm like, eBay notification. What the hell is this? And I was like, oh, I bought that. I bought that. Okay. I'm happy, but okay, that was unexpected, and I gotta stay off my phone when I'm drinking. That's dangerous.
Amateur mistake, mate.
I know,
Amateur
right?
mistake. Yeah, when you come over here to Ireland and we go for a beer, I'm taking your phone, man. Right? Thanks very much for joining me. I really do appreciate that. You're 100%. You're a gentleman. I'm looking forward to getting the full finished version of that video, and looking forward to you continue to grow your channel. Could you just what's coming up in your channel? I think you kind of outlined it, but is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, just after the video drops, I'm really pushing to try to get it out by Sunday night. Don't kill me if I don't get it out by Sunday night. Then I'm gonna go back and go through some of these summer showcase drops and make some preview videos, because I can't not talk about the Vader. Yeah. The Vader, I can't, the Toby, the
89 Batman.
And a lot of people, you know, the head sculpt might not be that on, but the Obi-Wan Kenobi, I want to talk about. So I'm just gonna go through some preview stuff, and then eventually I'm gonna go through here. I have a Grail. I have the Tarkin Vader 2-pack.
Oh,
yes.
Nice.
You don't know how happy I am. Like, I
have a fairly
happy.
good idea.
Oh, and it's killing me that it's still in the box, and I want
it's
to take
killing
it out,
me
but,
that it's still in the box.
But my brain is going, if I take it out of the box, how am I going to do a video? If I take it out of the box, how is it going to look like I'm taking it out of the box?
No one will know.
I know. No one will know. Who will know? No one will know. So that's that. Yeah, that's where we're going. And then I'm gonna start live streaming. I think solo at first to get into it, and then once I can find somebody who can give me an on-screen score counter in either OBS or StreamYard, then we'll do that panel show.
No problem. Yeah, that'd be no problem. Folks, if you haven't done so already, subscribe to Pop Culture Living Room on YouTube and follow at Pop Culture Living Room on Instagram. Obviously, thanks very much to Costa for making the time to join us. I really enjoyed the conversation, and nice to get to know you a bit more. On my own channel, I was a busy bee today. Obviously, hit 1,000 subscribers during the week. It was a big day, so now we got to move on and continue to pump out some content. So what do I have scheduled at the moment? I don't have any live streams scheduled. However, I made 5 videos today. I've posted one already. It was the Vader pre-order preview. I also have a pre-order preview of the Mighty Thor, the Mark III, the Toby, and I made a video that's going up later on today called Pre-Order Dilemma. Actually, I might schedule that for tomorrow because I'm away from the weekend. Basically about pre-orders and the dilemma. I'm not going to give it away, but you should definitely check it out because the whole pre-order culture at the moment is not to dopo, not to pre-order, and I'm in the same boat too. However, that's going to produce a problem as well for me going forward, and I outline everything in the video there. You might find it useful. Although I don't have any streams lined up, I do have 2 guests that aren't fully secure yet that will be appearing hopefully over the next months. They're scheduled in provisional dates that may change. I don't want to say who they are, but I'm really looking forward to them because they were people I followed very on in the early days. But as soon as I know, I will post it and promote it and let you know. So
exciting.
Apart from that, I'm done. I'm ready to go. Or anything else you'd like to add? Are you good?
No, I just want to say thank you, Shane. Thank you so much. Dude, you are killing it. I saw how many videos you put out, and I'm like, oh, I got to catch up to Shane. He's got a billion videos. But
maybe 1 in 10 is actually good.
Oh, no, you're doing a fantastic job, and I enjoy watching your videos, and thank you for having me on. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You guys have been awesome. Yeah, just if you ever want to reach out to me, just at my Instagram inbox, if you want to do that'd probably be the easiest, or you can leave a comment on the community page. Also, you can see a finished version of the display case on the Instagram or the community tab on YouTube. So anyway, thank you. Thank you so much. This has been awesome. You have I have so much like happy and love coming out right now. Such a fun time, man.
I appreciate that. It's been a pleasure having you here and getting to know you as well, and just getting to know your story, because no 2 collectors are the same. So we're going to finish up with the same thing people have probably heard me say a million times before, but it's true. I love collecting. I love taking photos of my collection. I love making and editing videos. I find it so therapeutic. But the best thing about it is communicating with people like Costa and the different people that come onto my live stream and I go onto theirs, people in the chat, people on Instagram, because it's an amazing community. It's a global community. We're a niche market, but we are everywhere. Gratitude is my attitude. Good luck.